Hello, folks. This is James Grattan coming to you from the 2024 BrokerLink Mixed Doubles Provincial Championships here at the Gage Golf and Curling Association in Oromocto. Sheet 1 action, Team Brian King versus Team Thompson Sulivan. Once again, our second time today, actually, we're covering Gabby and Brian, who came out with a pretty thrilling victory in draw 1, coming down right to the last shot. Gabby had to make a really nice shot to hit and stay against Team Grattan, Team Worm for the victory. Having Hammer coming home tied 5-5. So to start things off, a little bit interesting. Team Sullivan Thompson have Hammer. Very experienced mixed doubles teams. Won this event at least a couple of times. I can look it up in the meantime. But starting off right off the bat with a power play, just trying to get on the board early, keep things simple, get used to the ice, and try to get a couple points on the board to hit the ground running.
Right, I have nothing to do, right?
So introducing the teams here a little bit. Leah Thompson, well, it looks like she's going to be throwing shots 2, 3, and 4. Actually, this is her first shot of the end. I apologize. And Brian King, Gabby King, we saw them, like I said, in draw 1. Gabby was throwing 1 and 5. Brian throwing 2, 3, and 4. But once again, really interesting first end here already, having a power play. Which again, for those who are not sure how the mixed doubles rules work, Gabby threw that top button. Charlie and Leah unable to hit that. There's no hitting anywhere, regardless of free guard zone, in mixed doubles until you can visually see 5 rocks from the hack. So this will be the 5th rock at this time. So once again, Brian's just trying to bring play to the middle, try to ignore those rocks over to the side, that corner guard and the one in behind. Try to bring play back to the middle. So looking for a corner freeze here on that red rock that Leah just placed there. So it does look like Leah's going to be throwing 1 and 5 as well. Good shot by Brian there. Yeah, it didn't, like I said, it didn't take long to get the play back to the middle here. It'd be interesting to see if that corner guard and the one in behind the corner comes in play at some point. Might see somebody try to play a takeout here and open things up and maybe get that corner guard back into play. So Brian's got rock on top of the red, and one on the top button and the center guard, so he's pretty happy with the situation at this point. Just gonna probably play a little tap on that blue just to set up and junk up and clog up the 4-foot area. Great shot by Brian there, rolled a little bit on the inside as well. Not sure whose shot that one around the guard, but I know the 2 in the 4-foot. Charlie wasting 0 seconds throwing this rock. Gonna play the run back. Fortunately hits every rock but blue. So removes his rock in behind the corner guard. Unfortunate outcome. But Team King looking good here. Throw a guard pretty much anywhere close to the center line, you're going to cause some trouble. I don't think Team Sullivan and Thompson will have too many issues with the time clock this game. I know for Team Sullivan Thompson, I've been in this situation before myself. You're playing a team already with a win under their belt, lower seed, mind you, but also a team that's already played a game. And it's always a little bit tough when coming into the event, you're trying to get used to the ice, draw weight, curl, and all that sort of thing. And you're playing a team, like I said, regardless of seed, who's already been out there with a win under their belt, played an very competitive 8-end game there on our 12:45 draw this afternoon. So regardless, not surprising the start in the first end so far, where Team King and looking very comfortable first end, making a lot of draws, putting things in the right place, knows the angles, that sort of thing. But I think as the game goes along, we got, like I said, some former mixed doubles champions here in Sulivan and Thompson. They're going to be quick to pick up on what's happening out there, and I think they just got to weather the storm here in the first couple ends. So straight peel there by Charlie. Gabby's going to look to replace that guard, cover up any of those 3 rocks. Probably one of those scenarios where Leah would be happy to limit the damage to 1 here in the first end. So Team Sullivan Thompson curling out of the Thistle St. Andrews Curling Club in St. John, and Team King, once again, Gage Golf and Curling Association, local. This is their home club. A little heavy on the guard, but doesn't do any damage. Actually kind of creates some good angles there and really limits the scoring area for Leah here. Probably happy to nose hit the top maybe and make a double and give up 1. Tough though, she's got to throw lots of weight. Hit it on the nose as she rolls out. It might be a steal of 2. Charlie checked out the angles. He's going to relay some information to Leah here. Leah allowing lots of weight. Let's see what happens here. Just like a steal of 2 for Team King. Gonna look at the replay here. Yeah, just over curled on her a little bit, and well, probably wanted to hit it. Well, she probably wanted to hit the outside of that one on the 8-foot there, but over curl quite a bit. Once again, it's one of those things where you're trying to get used to the ice first end. Like you said, you're playing a team that's already come off a game. A different sheet. Brian and Gabby were on sheet 3 there earlier today, but first couple draws of this event, it looks like most of the sheets are pretty much the same. So they look like they were putting the broom in the right spot and throwing the right weight for the most part in that first end. So 2-0 Team King. Sulivan Thompson retains hammer going into the second end. Used their power play as well, so a big steal with your own power play. So you won't have that in your back pocket later in the game. You're only allowed to use the power play once, in case you're wondering. Big sweep by Brian King here. Just obviously, this is the most important rock of the end in mixed doubles. You want that rock top button, top 4. And Gabby once again makes no mistake putting that right where they wanted it. Good freeze by Leah there. A freeze tap, tapping that to the back of the button. Good shot. All about positioning here. Little cat and mouse game, the first 3 or 4 shots of mixed doubles, just trying to get your angles right, get the control of that top 4-foot area. And last couple shots are preferably used to raise up or make things happen in the 4-foot if you have the right angles. So far, no team with the edge there so far in the 4-foot area. Brian's going to try to come around to the intern here and freeze to his own on the button. A little light on this attempt, a little light and perhaps a little bit tight, but doesn't have hammer, so he's clogging up the middle. That's never a bad thing. Once again, I don't even think Brian King's rock was stopped by the time Charlie was throwing that one. It's no time eating off the clock there. Charlie going around the other way, could tap up his own, could just come around it and use his own as a guard, but looks like he's going to be playing the tap here. Little light, no tap, but able to line things up a little bit. You can see that being used a little bit later. See if Brian just starts to guard the situation, or probably brings one in, maybe right on the freeze to his own on the button again. I think they're going with the guard on the out-turn side. This is what Charlie and Leah have been using so far. Yeah, for those of you wondering, we have 22 teams in this event this year. 22 of the best mixed doubles teams in the province. There's actually a junior Canadian qualifying event going on in Moncton, Curl Moncton, in preparation. They're having that event there in preparation for the Canadian Senior Championships happening in Moncton next week. So if anybody wants to see some great curling action next week, head down to Moncton at Curl Moncton. They have 10 sheets of action going on there this week. About probably five local junior mixed doubles teams that probably would have been in this event if we hadn't have had some conflicts with the schedule. But they're competing, and some of those teams I think could compete very well at this event. But 22 teams here looking to represent New Brunswick at the Canadian Mixed Doubles Championships. Right, Team King still locked on the button, around 4 to 5 guards at this point. They were unable to unlock it there, so that's a pretty lonely blue with 3 reds surrounding it here now. So Brian is throwing. He's going to be throwing another guard here, I believe. Looks like Charlie and Leah might have that angle hit the blue onto those 2 reds, and looks like it comes right onto the blue, so they got to watch out for that. So I think they're guarding that situation. Still having a little discussion in the hack though. Actually coming around on the intern side, maybe they're still trying to freeze to their own at the back, maybe on top, freeze to their own top button. Both kings sweeping this rock. Just a guard. So it does block off that intern freeze for Team Sulivan Thompson, but it does leave this out-turn hit onto those 2 reds, and I think they'll see that red drive right back onto the one at the back button. You don't want to leave Charlie Sulivan too many of these kind of shots, so I expect this to be pretty close. Oh, actually hit it a little too thin, missed the angle. Needed to pretty much just hit that half rock just off nose, maybe. So real big opportunity here for Team King. sink another one right in there, top button. I don't think they'll be doing any guards this time. I think Gabby will try to come right in there on top of their own. As long as you get an inch or so buried, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Not much on the intern side for Team Sulivan Thompson. The key here is not to be heavy. If Gabby's a little bit light here, looks like you're going to probably steal one. But it's a fantastic opportunity to sink another one in there and put the pressure on Team Sulivan. Brian's trying to get it to curl. Looks like it might be heavy. Brian's sweeping it by. Smart play by Brian there to get that thing by. This does leave Leah a chance to draw the button for her 1 point. A little opportunity lost there. You want that rock to stop top 8, top 12 guard as your miss, your tolerance there, but gives her a chance to get in there and get her 1 point, get on the scoreboard. Needs a good shot. Sulivan Thompson has been struggling with draw weight so far, so big one needed here. You want to go down 2 or 3 more point, or don't want to go down 3 points here. Looks like it came up a little short. Charlie was pretty happy with the 1 point there, giving up the 1 point. So it looks like another steal of 1 for Team King. Looks like the crowd is giving them a cheer for that one. All right, we're just going to pause for a commercial break from our sponsor, BrokerLink. Update the scoreboard here. So 3-0 lead for Team King over Team Sulivan Thompson heading into the third end of play here. So far, Gabby's been able to put that rock right top 4 each time, so a little light on that one, but still in a good spot, still something to navigate around for Team Thompson and Sulivan. So Leah's going to try to get a one around, half around that blue here. Just got to find a way to change some momentum, get a couple red ones in here, shake things up. They've been looking at a lot of blues here so far this game. Very experienced mixed doubles team in King and Team Sulivan Thompson, though I don't think they're going to get too worked up about this right now. They're just going to stay calm, get some rocks in the right spots, and I think they feel like they can still turn this around. Mixed doubles, things can happen really quickly too. A 3-0 lead is almost like a 1 point lead in a 4-person game. So, but still, I'd rather be up 3-0 than down 3-0. So Brian and Gabby will try to keep the pressure on. They played a really solid game this afternoon and going to roll that momentum right into tonight's game. Some blue rocks in good spots there. Charlie was able to remove one, leave one red, one buried. I think they're trying to keep things a little simple, open things up a little bit. We'll see how Team King respond here. They could freeze into that pocket of their own at the top 4 foot at this point, or they could play a little hack waiter and get rid of that red as well. But I think Brian and Gabby are going to keep the pressure on here. They got a blue one in the 4 foot. Tap things around, use that. Over curled a bit, wrecked on the one at the top 8. Might be a double here for Charlie. Once again, I think he took 0.8 seconds to think about this one. That's a long time. A lot of thought when it involves in this. Gonna play the double on the blues, spread things out a bit, maybe even roll on top of the other blue. Great, perfect shot by Charlie Sulivan there. Ends up being more of a traditional end right at this point. Everything's spread out a little bit. They're not all tied up in the 4 foot area. I think Sulivan Thompson pretty happy with this scenario so far. Looks to be line 3. So Brian's in elimination mode now, up 3-0. Doesn't mind giving up a point or two to keep hammer. Going to be playing the double here, I believe, as well. Got to watch out the jam on the back 12 foot one. You're going to be hitting half of this one in the top 4, so it's going to be hidden in that general direction. So got to be careful not to jam it. It will allow Team Sulivan Thompson to come around that center guard, keep the pressure on. Gabby's running around trying to catch up the shrapnel at Brian's double attempt. Did hit a little too thin, jammed it. Team Sulivan Thompson lying 2. Kind of run out of places to put this. Anywhere you kind of put this might give Brian another double attempt here. So it looks like they're coming around the center guard. Probably want this one top 8, not quite top 4. Top 4 might allow Brian him for a little half rock double. Here come up a little short, it allows them to draw around it or hit and roll buried, so you don't want to give many of those opportunities as well. Left a little bit of a pocket, a little double. Maybe would have been better to take that back, maybe T-line or so, to make the double a little tougher. A little hit and roll on top might be good here too, even if you're a little wide. You're trying the double maybe, but you're a little wide and just kind of roll per shot. Just roll into a freeze. I think that's kind of the plan here. Just shrinks the scoring area. Lee will have a straight draw to the button for 2 instead of a hit for 3. So any roll to the middle is a good roll here. Gabby throwing, probably going to look for like board weight on this. Brian runs out. Might be a little tight there, perhaps. Great shot. We're going to have another look at that. Just enough weight to kick it out of the 4 foot and stay. Top 4, buried. Great shot by Gabby. Keeps the pressure on Team Sulivan. I think they're kind of have to go after this and tap it out. You could draw for 1 here, but it's 3-0 getting late in the game. The halfway point's creeping up on you here. I think you're going to have to play like a little hack waiter. I think they can see a sliver of it. Going with Lee as the lefty. Lee is a lefty, going with her in turn. Looks close to the guard. Great shot. Does it stick around for 3? No. I'm going to have another look at that one as well. Just you can see it right at the end. It looks like it's going to stop right here, but it just continues to spin a little bit. Still very happy with the 2 points there. Team Sulivan Thompson on the scoreboard. So we have a 3-2 game. Nice shot by Leah there. Really a necessary shot too. Had to have that. Gonna update the scoreboard. 3-2 Team King. Thompson King does have hammer playing in the 4th end. So for the first time in our game, Team King does have hammer. Still a power play to be used by Team King. Not using it here, but I think you'll see them save it for the 6th, 7th end. You can only use the power play when you do have hammer. It can be used as an offensive strategy, or for lots of teams nowadays are using it for defensive purposes. So I think you'll see if King is up by a point or 2 going in the last couple ends and does have hammer, you'll see them employ the power play just to assure themselves of the 1 point. But Leah is able to put that one around the guard full top 8. Once again, you'd want that probably top button, top 4, but it does allow you to kind of cut off that angle a little bit, and kind of something to navigate around for Team King. Little deep on Gabby's there. She hasn't made many mistakes. That might be the first one I've seen in all day. Just a little deep allows Leah Thompson and Charlie to get another one in, maybe get this one top button frozen to that blue. It'd be hard to remove. We're coming into our 4th end to play. They're going to take a little break after this 4th end, and we're going to update the scores from across the sheets. We'll have a couple on-ice correspondents reporting back to us here with the scores after 4. So stay tuned. We'll give you some updates. You can also go to the NB Curling live score site for up-to-date scores. We have some lots of volunteers here at the Gauge all week doing live scores, 50-50. Finely tuned machine happening here at the Gauge Golf and Curling Association. Trying to put on a top-notch event for these curlers and declare our provincial champion ahead to the nationals here. So come on down to the club anytime this week for some great action. It's $5 a day, $10 for the entire event. These games are quick. It's mixed doubles is a very quick game, hour and a half or so. There's some great beverages, great atmosphere down here. King's Club always has a special on at the bar. So it's great food, great atmosphere. Come on down and enjoy some curling down here and spend some time with us. So we're back to having some 4-foot action here. A couple blue ones in play. In some good spots. I think both teams are happy at this point. Little Charlie, a little heavy on that one. Wanted to get that more on the inside to freeze to that blue. I think that red is fairly accessible for Brian to tap out, maybe roll onto his own. Or just simply freeze, like Gabby's indicating right on the top button. You always want to get to the inside of these, and by inside it means the closest to the center line. Just going to tap and roll in, tap and roll in. Those are the angles you want. So I think Brian will try to freeze in the pocket. If he ends up tapping it back a little bit, rolling in towards his own, that's a great shot as well. So Brian's trying to get it to move. Both teams kind of getting caught on that spot, just a little heavy and wide, just not coming up for them there, not curling enough. Another opportunity for Charlie. I think you'll see him maybe play that. He seems to be eyeing up the intern side, trying to maybe tap that red onto those two blues in the forefoot. If he's able to do that with some weight, he could end up in a real good spot by hitting the one on the top button, half a rock, roll into the other blue, and be in really good position, guarded, buried, top button, back four. He's trying the out turn still, just trying to get to the inside. I think he was eyeing up that in turn shot I described, but I think he's going to save it. Just wants to get by this guard, roll to the inside. Oh, was somehow able to skim by the guard and actually wreck on his one top eight. I didn't even think that was possible. He wanted to play it tight to the guard, but perhaps not that tough. I thought once he got by the guard, he was in good shape there, but wrecked on the one top eight, which I think was over buried. So another opportunity to play a little tap here, maybe. Just get another one top four anywhere, and you're going to be in good shape. Everything could be lined up on that lonely red one at the back four here, and could. Team King does have hammer looking good in this situation at this point. Brian's seen this shot a few times. He's going to be close here. It just played a little tap that didn't quite curl enough. Maybe take an inch or two less brome, and same weight, should be close. Gabby likes it, just dusting it so far. I'm going to make a curl here now. Nope, straight. Brian's giving some encouragement. Top four, great shot, actually. Great shot by Brian there. Lots of trouble here for Team Thompson. Thompson Sulivan. I played with Charlie at a couple Briars in the past, and I know when he stands there staring at that situation long enough, I know it's not a good scenario. So not much choice here but to run the red in, I think. Get rid of a couple blues at least. Limit the damage here. When Charlie spends any more than 1 second thinking about a shot, that means you've probably got him in trouble. So Lee is probably going to hit half of this, try to hit half or as thin as she can on this red rock. Run it into that pile on the forefoot. Should be able to get rid of a couple. The only thing you don't want to happen is have anything run back, hit it a little too thick and run it into your red. It'd be a wide open draw for 4, maybe 5 for Team King. So pretty important shot. Charlie's already keeping it straight. Well, they found a shot through the hole, which was a tap, but I think that's... I didn't see that one coming. I thought they were still going to give up 2 or 3 no matter what on that with that attempt, but it fooled me. Broom was in the same spot for both shots, I thought, but anyway, it looks like blue might be lying 3 here still. 2 for sure. We don't have an overhead to show you, but definitely 2 blue at least. Trying to find a way to get a third or Brian's still looking at it. Maybe deciding to throw this one away. You don't want to move any of those blues too far, especially those ones on the top, on the button at the moment. Yeah, Gabby's not spending too much time looking at stuff. Threw it away, so we'll stay tuned here. We'll see if it's 2 or 3. 2 for sure. I think we might see a measure coming up. Charlie's indicated 2, but we'll see if they kick them all off or they're going to measure. No measures required. So 2 blue, Team King. I think they're happy with that end. They look like they could have had a chance for a bundle there. A little nice freeze by Leah just to limit the damage there. Team Sulivan Thompson just struggling with draw weight a little bit, trying to get things in the right spot. They seem to be getting Team King seems to be getting in the better spots early, and they just seem to be chasing so far. But once again, I think it's like I said, it's always tough playing a team that's already been on the ice, played a full 8-inning game here on our 12:45 draw. So coming out firing ready. They had all the kinks out of their system in that first game, and they've haven't missed much here in their second game, playing definitely one of the contenders coming into this event, Team Sulivan and Thompson. So a little break, fourth end break. We're going to get you some updates from our correspondents here at the Gauge, and we'll come back in a moment and update you on the scores across the sheets here today on sheet 1. Our feature game is on sheet 1, but I'll update you on all the sheets on the other games as well, and we'll be back momentarily. And stay tuned for a commercial from our event sponsor. So back to our feature game. To no one's surprise, this game was the first one to finish the fourth end and go into the break. So we're going to bring you some updates as soon as the other games are done their fourth end. I say that no one's surprised because Team Sulivan Thompson, one of the fastest teams in the event, guaranteed. So we've just been rolling through the first 4 ends, no problem at all. So Team Sulivan Thompson have hammer down 5-2 to Team King. Another great shot by Gabby King there, top button right on top of the red. Left a little bit of an angle. Leah Thompson's going to try to freeze on that blue rock. Just to try to plug up, get something going here. We've seen a couple similar ends for Team King where there are a lot of blue ones in the 4-foot on good angles. So try to shake things up here a little bit for Team Sulivan Thompson. Great shot. Fine. Good shot by Leah there. Top button, back button, dead buried. Exactly what you want. Yeah, one of our, they're all the other sheets are pretty much just still finishing the 4th end, but we get some updates from our correspondent here. He's going to give you a little update with regards to the scores after 3. What do we have here so far, Drew?
On sheet 2, we have
Yeah, we're just going to go back to the updates here. We had a little problem reading our own handwriting here.
Yeah.
Go
on
ahead.
sheet 2, it's Robichaux over Adams. 4-0 Robichaux Adams over Robichaux LeBlanc. On
A lot of Robichaux's there. So Alex
Robichaux.
and Melissa are what?
Are up 4-0.
Up 4-0.
Marcel Robichaux and
LeBlanc.
LeBlanc.
Okay, that's sheet 2. What do we have on
sheet
3?
3? It's 5-3 Graham Burgess over Crandall and Como.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on sheet 4?
Sheet 4 is 7-0 Campbell Carr versus Burgess and Parmenter.
7-0. So I think what you're seeing here so far is a trend of those teams that had a chance to play earlier in the day. Campbell Carr came off the 12:45 draw as well. Team Burgess, Graham played at the 12:45 draw. They're all playing teams that are playing their first game right now, and it's a kind of an interesting trend right now where those teams are all leading across the board. So it just goes to show you how important that first game, sometimes being the higher seed, gets you that bye for the first round, but you're also playing a team now that is got a full 8-end game competitively under their belt, and obviously you got a feel for the ice there, and this came ready to play. So interesting. But once again, those are probably all our contenders on the ice as well, with Como, Crandall, Parmenter, Burgess, Sulivan Thompson, Adams, Robichaux. Those are probably our top 4 teams in the event. So I think you'll see if them a couple of those games that are they're down, and right now they'll pick away. Maybe there's lots of experience there, and they've been in this scenario before. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on that next 4 ends. But back to our feature game, 2 red rocks that Leah made 2 beauties there to start the end, and they're still there. Brian also made 2 perfect freezes, top 4, and then froze to his own again. So they are lined up and into that those 2 reds. So they got to be careful here. Brian's feeling pretty good about maybe peeling this off and then giving him a chance to use those angles he created on those blue ones. Those if he just noses those blue ones at the top 8 foot, he can't right now because of the guard, but once that's removed, I think Charlie and them will have to be guarding for their life, basically, because if you were just to hammer those blues on the nose, both those red ones are probably gone. So, little peel here by Brian. You'll see this is we got two guys on the ice here, when Brian King and Charlie Sulivan, who are exceptional throwing the big weight shots. Don't get a chance to do it too often in mixed doubles, but when they do, they get really excited about it. Oh, Brian with the nose, run back, and the double. We're going to watch the... Great shot by Brian. I thought he was going for the peel, but he was, I think all along he was playing the run back there. Great shot. Crowd goes wild again. So just when it looked like Sulivan Thompson had something going there, Brian with the probably 15, 20-foot run back. Nose. Two blues on the 4-foot buried as well. 3, actually. Great shot. Everything going right for Team King here this afternoon. So big decision for Team Sulivan. Got to find a way to manufacture at least a single here to stay in this game. Charlie going to come around, tap those back, try to stay on the face of the blue one if they can, just to create some space for Leah to score a point. Wasn't able to stay on top of the 4-foot, leaves Team King lying still 2 buried and throwing. I don't think you'll see them too worried about that shooter of Charlie that rolled behind the corner guard. I think they've pretty much deleted that shot from their mind. They're just going to stay aggressive here and put up another guard, sink another one, anything along those that outturn side here. It's pretty good shape. Team King just simply not missing a lot of shots tonight. So Gabby throwing the outturn guard. I guess they feel it's tough on our angle, but I think they can feel they can see a little bit of the blue on this side. Doesn't look like Charlie or Leah has anything on that intern side, the other side, so I think this is a good call, blocking off this side. Going to be interesting to see what Team Sulivan does here. Gabby just sinking. Another one, taps it to the top button. Constant pressure by Team King. Team King lying 3, it looks to like. Tough shot for Leah even to score here. Charlie's looking at the corner guard, maybe an in off, run in, something like that. Probably hit and roll off your red. It's not doing anything for you now, so you could use it maybe to roll in off. I think that's probably the call. They haven't really put a broom down at this point, but it's all I see for one. Little discussion in the hack. Still trying to probably just figure out where to aim this and what weight to throw. I think if they're playing the hit and roll off their own, you've got to probably look at like control, maybe a board weight shot, just enough to roll into the button area. This would be Leah's out turn. Haven't played this much this game, so it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. Throwing a lot lot of weight here. Oh, close, just rolls through the pocket. Look at that one more time. A little thinner, as you can see, sticks it right on that blue right there. A little thicker, just rolls to the button. They were kind of in between. Right there. Tough shot, a lot of weight thrown for that. Deal of 3 for Team King to take a commanding 8-2 lead. Just constant pressure by Team King. Some great shots mixed in. Simply not missing a lot. It looked like Team Sulivan Thompson had control of that end until that big run back by Brian. Some great shots. So 6th end, still 3 ends remaining. Things can change quite drastically in mixed doubles. So still time, believe it or not, but going to need some mistakes out of Team King that we're just not seeing so far. Switching to the in-turn, I think last end we saw a lot of out-turns coming down this path, but switching to the in-turn, freeze. Nothing to it for Gabby. This game just seems easy for her right now. Top button, dead perfect right in front of the red. Couldn't have placed it any better. Leah put a nice one in there last end, just kind of angled it properly and ended up top button, back button after her shot. So Charlie's working this hard to get by. Great shot by Leah again. Tapped it back, opened it up, left an angle, buried top button. 2 perfect shots to start the end by the 2 ladies. Little pocket there for Brian to freeze on. Come down on top of his own top button or so. Big scrub by Gabby there coming in. This looks fine. Little tick off the one top button, but still stayed on top of her as his own blue. Still something that Leah and Charlie will have to deal with. Little tick does kind of open up the red rock too as well, so I think you have it on the in-turn side to tap that out. Get rid of it if anytime you want to if you're Team King. Charlie once again wasting no time. A little heavy on that one. I think he probably would want that one back. Just stayed wide, ticked it in behind the red, and left the same shot for Brian here. Brian's going to throw the exact same shot. Top 4, top button, anywhere on that line is still trouble for Team Thompson King, or Thompson Sulivan. No mistake by Brian. A little heavy. I don't think he wanted that one a little higher. Top 4, top button. But Charlie, I think, was delivering this stone as that rock was stopping. So 0 seconds eating off the clock. A little deeper than Brian wanted, though. Gives Charlie a chance to skim by this guy. Oh, he just rubs it. Disaster. Nothing going right for Team Sulivan Thompson at the moment. Team King lying 3 and throwing. I think they've thrown this exact same shot 3 times in a row now, so going to be pretty close. That red one is still there to tap up if you're Team Sulivan, but it doesn't look like he'd get shot off of it, so big trouble here again. Brian, for the third time in a row, playing the top button freeze on the same side. Hasn't missed it yet. Not touching it early. You don't want to be heavy and rattle anything around. Well, sweeping it now. Looks good. Line's good. Weight's good. No mistake. I think Charlie with his last one, I think you'll see him hammer that red as hard as he can here. Just hit half of that, get some things moving, open up the button for Leah. Got to score a point here and stem the tide a little bit. Things are leaking oil here. Charlie took 2 seconds again. Looking to hit half this red, blast some of those blue out of there. You should be able to get 2 of them out of the 4-foot at least. There you go. That's probably all you could do. Still not much better, but definitely better. So hard to guard both if you're Team King here. They're going to play the little outturn draw again. Outturn draw is similar to what Brian's played 3 times in a row, but it still leaves them the in-turn, or for Leah to be the outturn to hit that red into the pile of the blues on the button here as well. So hard to guard both, but both shots are just for 1 at this point. So pretty happy if you're Team King. So Gabby off. I think the Team King's only played this shot just for the 4th time in a row. Gabby doesn't want to be heavy here. Looks like she might be. You want that to stop now. Brian smartly takes it by. So a little mistake there to put some pressure on by Team King, but leaves Charlie and Leah a chance for an easier one than they thought they were going to have. Probably going to play Leah's out turn, but they'll tap the red up onto the one on the button there. Leah's playing the in off. Probably the only way to get 2. Gonna have a quick look, but I think it might be 1 red. I don't think it kicked it enough for 2, but great attempt by Leah there. Easy shot for 1, but I guess playing the tough shot for 2 was the call here, being down 8-2. We're going to have a look here, but I think it was only 1. Well, actually, Gabby's throwing, so that was another steal of 1 for Team King. Tough on our overheads to see, but looked to be red from our angle, but Gabby isn't in the hack. So 2 ends remaining, 7-point lead for Team King. Just everything going right at the moment. No power play to use for Team Sulivan Thompson. They used that in the first end. So going to need some freezes here. Some good angles. They just haven't had that one end yet where they've been able to set anything up, their team Sulivan Thompson. So probably just at this point trying to get a good feel for the ice and figure it out for next game as well. Brian King working this one hard all the way. Curl straight, right to the top four. I don't even know why he had to do anything. Gabby hasn't missed that spot all game. Brian could probably just sit down on the sideboards and take a break for Gabby's shots. Leah's been doing a great job with her first rocks here as well, just kind of tapping them, getting the angles. No mistakes. So I expect this one to be close. Just got to get something going. On the guard, hard. It's a little different look here, moving that guard into the rings. Brian has a chance to come around on either turn here to sit on top of his blue. Ideally, you want to line up the blues onto that red at the back. That way it requires 2 shots to get the meta there. Great feel for draw weight for Team King today. I think that's been the difference. A little light. I might see a change in the ice at this point where it just starts to slow down a hair. A little light, but something still to navigate around for Team Sulivan Thompson. Team King doesn't have hammers, so the center guards aren't going to hurt you right now. Just trying to limit the scoring area for Team Thompson Sulivan at this point. Just trying to find a way not to give them multiple score. You were able to force them to. Forcing the 1 or 2 here. I think you'd be happy if you're Team King. Might even be handshakes.
Why is it doing that again?
Thanks for sticking with us, folks. Had a little bit of a buffering issue here, but as you can see, it's a lot more of the same here. Lots of blue rocks in the forefoot, and not many angles for Team Sulivan Thompson. Can't really get a better scenario for Team King at this point. All the blues just lined right up on the center line. Tough to score at this point. Just trying to decide what turn to guard here if you're Team King. Both are tough. Might not even have to throw here, actually. Choosing to go with the in turn for Gabby. They're guarding that side. Maybe you can see, it doesn't really, the only criteria you'd go with, if you can see a little bit of that blue, you might, on that side, you might guard that side, but really there's, either way, for Team Leah and Charlie here, there's not much good stuff to look at. So I think you'll see Leah come in off her own again. Not much of a chance to outdraw that one on the button, so I think you're going to probably see a in-off again. Similar to the shot she played 2 ends ago. She was really close on that one. Kind of a Hail Mary at this point. Just missed it. Steal of 3. Oh, Charlie stopped it. Shan shakes. Great game. Really just a well-played game by Team King. We're going to finalize our score here. Another steal of 3 for Team King for a 12-2 victory after 7 ends of play. Just a well-played game right from the beginning for Team King. Just came out ready. I thoroughly believe that game this afternoon, sneaking out that win against Team Grattan Worm, just prepared them for this game tonight, playing a team that hasn't been on the ice yet. So definitely an advantage. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. Come on down to the Gauge at any point in time. There's a all full event packs for $10. You see tons of great curling all weekend, so you can't beat that deal. So thanks again for coming out, and we'll be back for a 9:45 draw here tonight as well. So tune in. Talk to you later. Thanks.